The white sedan almost hits the black car as it was turning right from the middle lane. As the black car speeds up to avoid a collision, the driver loses control and ramps up off a street sign, flying off the ground before hitting a lamppost on its way down. No further details were provided on the extent of the damages or injuries. Failing to yield at an intersection, the speeding motorcycle T-bones the unsuspecting oncoming SUV. The impact caused the motorcycle rider to fly up even higher than the SUV. This happened past midnight and visibility could be a factor, but it could have easily been avoided by following basic traffic rules when approaching an intersection.
Whoa!
The driver of the recording vehicle exclaims in shock as the semi-truck from the opposite lane approaches, pushing a sedan that was T-boned on the truck's front bumper. This could be a blind spot for the truck driver, but he still would have heard and felt the impact, leaving room to speculate that this might be intentional. On a wet, slippery road, vehicles start slowing down to give way to a pedestrian crossing the street when a white trailer truck fails to brake safely and suddenly crashes onto multiple cars from both lanes. The pedestrian was hit by one of the cars and all the affected vehicles are clearly heavily damaged. On a rather calm freeway, a thick layer of snow suddenly flies off the hood of an SUV, straight to the windshield of the recording car behind it. Fortunately, the driver was able to remain composed as he safely pulls over to the shoulder, making sure no one else is affected. A clear case of road rage is recorded as a pickup intentionally cuts off a sedan. Both the driver and passenger exits the truck in an attempt to attack the driver of the sedan. Luckily, the driver was able to ride away safely before things got ugly. A container truck attempts to make a sharp right as it descends an overpass, leaving the speeding motorcycle with no time or space to brake safely. The impact caused the rider to get slammed to the side of the truck before falling to the ground unconscious. Both vehicles at fault here as the truck should not have turned from the inner lane, let alone an overpass, and the motorcycle was also irresponsibly running too fast. If you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment to tell us what you think. For now, let's move on to our next video.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Hit it,
Oh my gosh.
hit it.
Oh.
The driver of the white Cadillac fell asleep on the wheel and rear-ends the Ford Escape directly in front of it, causing the SUV to swerve out of control, hitting another sedan before slamming straight to the concrete barrier. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt. As the dump truck moves through the outer lane, the driver does not see the sedan on its blind spot and sideswipes it from the rear bumper, causing the sedan to do a full 360 spin. Fortunately, no other vehicles were affected and no one was hurt during this incident. Two cars that were racing on a freeway both crashed into a container truck. Luckily, the truck driver maintains control, and most of the damages dealt were on the racing cars, whose drivers clearly do not deserve to be on the road. On a busy intersection, a Cadillac suddenly speeds out of a parking lot on reverse before landing on top of two parked cars. The elderly driver and passenger are both safe and no one was injured, but multiple cars were heavily damaged and it is unclear what caused the driver to lose control of the vehicle. A sedan fails to yield at a red light in this intersection, leaving the oncoming pickup no time to brake safely, causing a head-on collision that left both vehicles totaled. No further details are available on the extent of the damages or injuries. An accident that could have easily been avoided, as both oncoming and turning traffic had a yellow light in this intersection, but the sedan turned too fast for the oncoming pickup to stop. Luckily, no serious injuries were reported and no other vehicles were hit. The white sedan, clearly at fault, is seen speeding into a tunnel, illegally passing multiple vehicles before hitting a white SUV more than once, causing the SUV to swerve uncontrollably and bounce off the barriers multiple times. The SUV driver was shaken up but suffered no serious injuries. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Scary Dashcam Vids. Please drive carefully out there because we wouldn't want to see you featured in our next video.